History, remember, can divide and distract, or it can unify us. I want to shed light today on some of the unsung heroes who I have discovered. One such hero, my friends, is Sankaran Nair. Views expressed in this blog are hosted on my own website, are strictly personal, and do not reflect the views of any organization. Hello and welcome, friends, once again to Straight Bat, where I express my opinion on a variety of subjects. This is a time when history matters. But history, remember, can divide and distract, or it can unify us. Let me tell you today on Straight Bat a unifying story of history. A story I read about recently and one which has moved me. As we approach the 106th anniversary of the Jallianwala Bagh massacre, the debate has reignited over the United Kingdom government's refusal to formally apologize for the dastardly act of 1919. Recently, a Conservative MP, Bob Blackman, has once again demanded an official apology. But while this apology from the United Kingdom government debate continues, I want to shed light today on some of the unsung heroes who I have discovered, who brought out the truth of Jallianwala Bagh in a way through their stories, their life stories, the courage, the valor shown by many Indians of the time. One such hero, my friends, is Sankaran Nair. And therefore, I want to dedicate this blog today to Sankaran Nair. Sankaran Nair was not just an Indian lawyer and statesman, but also a fearless patriot who stood up for truth during one of the darkest periods of our colonial past. As a member of the British Viceroy's Executive Council, he held one of the highest positions that any Indian had ever attained under colonial rule. But when the brutal massacre at Jallianwala Bagh unfolded on the 13th of April 1919, Sankaran Nair's conscience would not allow him to remain silent. Deeply disturbed by the carnage in Amritsar, where thousands of unarmed Indians were mercilessly gunned down by General Dyer's men, Sankaran Nair made the courageous decision to resign from his prestigious post. He turned his back on a position that many had coveted, choosing instead to stand with his suffering fellow Indians. His resignation was not merely an act of protest. It was a clear, defiant statement against the brutal policies of the British government of the time. But his fight did not stop there. Determined to expose the truth of Jallianwala Bagh, Sankaran Nair used his pen as a weapon. He authored the book Gandhi and Anarchy, in which he critically examined not only the British colonial brutality, but also the shortcomings of those who chose to overlook the truth. His writings laid bare the inhumanity of the British colonial system, influencing public opinion both in India and internationally. Despite his monumental contributions, it is deeply unfortunate, my friends, that Sankaran Nair's legacy has been reduced to a mere footnote in our history. We will always remember the great names like Mahatma Gandhi, Jallianwala Nehru, Sardar Patel, Netaji Bose. They dominate our textbooks and our memorials. But the brave acts of the likes of Sankaran Nair have been largely forgotten. His sacrifice and that of many other courageous Indians of that time remind us that the struggle for truth is not confined simply to the pages of history books. It lives on in our collective memory. as we continue to debate whether the British will or will not apologize for the atrocities of the British Raj, let us also remember the man who risked everything that he had to ensure that the truth of Jallianwala Bagh was not buried. His actions therefore resonate even today, calling us in a way to honor all those who have paved the way for freedom and justice. It is my belief, therefore, my friends, that we must pay greater tribute to some of our unknown heroes, like C. Sankaran Nair, restore them their rightful place in our history and indeed in our hearts. Let us remember him not just as a footnote, but as a beacon of truth, a reminder that the price of justice is eternal vigilance and courage. We owe it to our past and indeed to our future. Jai Hind, Namaskar.